God says, "My beloved child, there is something I need you to hear with urgency, with no delay, because the heavens have shaken with the sound of a warning that is meant only for you." Archangel Michael stands before you with a sword of light, and his voice is trembling, not because he fears, but because he has been given the command to reach you in this moment without hesitation. He says, "I order you to open this right now. Do not ignore it. Do not think it is coincidence. Do not imagine it is just words, because, if you dismiss this, you will miss the protection, the miracle, the revelation that God Himself has sent only for you. This is not a general message. It is sealed with your name in heaven, and no one else can carry it." Michael's wings spread wide as he cries out, "Don't try to ignore this. It's only for you. Do not tell anyone. Keep it in your heart, because what is being revealed here is the very thing the enemy has tried to keep hidden from you for years. Someone is about to harm you because of your destiny, because of the divine light within you, because of the inheritance of glory that is written upon your spirit. They are plotting, whispering, and moving in shadows, but heaven has already seen them, and now the time has come for God to expose them. Beloved, listen carefully. There are people who smile in your presence. Yet behind that smile lies the sharpness of betrayal. They pretend to love, to support, to stand near you. But their hearts are restless with envy, and their souls are filled with the bitterness of schemes. God says, "They thought they could harm you in silence, but I will shout their names in the heavens. They thought they could hide their plans in the darkness of night, but I will flood their paths with light so bright that even the blind will see. They thought they could touch what belongs to you, but I will strike down their reach and return everything stolen multiplied." Michael is weeping, beloved, because you have delayed too long in opening your heart to the warnings. You thought sometimes it was imagination. You thought sometimes it was too heavy to believe that such people could exist around you. But Michael says this is not a joke. This is not imagination. This is not a dream. This is reality in the spiritual realm, and it is now manifesting in your physical world. That is why you must not ignore this. God says, "You are chosen." From the moment of your first cry, heaven marked you. From the moment your soul entered this earth, your path was already prepared, but when I bless, the enemy rages. When I lift, the enemy schemes. And when I declare, the enemy trembles. This is why you have felt the weight of opposition heavier than most. This is why you have cried in silence when no one could see your tears. This is why you felt betrayed, abandoned, or questioned why so many trials pursued you. It was not because you were weak, but because you carry strength the enemy fears. Beloved, hear this. Someone is about to harm you, not because you deserve it, but because your destiny threatens them. It is not about what you have done wrong. It is about what you are about to do right. You are standing at the door of breakthrough. You are at the threshold of a new chapter where promises long delayed are about to pour into your life. And the closer you step to this door, the more desperate the enemy becomes. They will send distractions, arguments, lies, manipulations, and even people you once trusted to try and shake you. But God says, "Do not fear, for I have already stationed Michael beside you." Michael says, "I am holding my sword at your side. I am guarding your footsteps. I am surrounding your home. I am watching your night. Do not be afraid of the one who comes against you, because greater is he that is within you than he that is in the world." But you must not ignore the signs. You must not close your ears. You must not dismiss the warning. Beloved child, the heavens tremble with urgency. Time is not endless for the choices you must make. There is a window, and that window is now. God says, "If you open your heart today, if you listen to my command, you will not only be saved from the harm planned, but you will walk into blessings multiplied a hundredfold." If you close your heart, delay again, or dismiss this as just another word, you risk walking blindly into the snare set before you. And I love you too much to let that happen without a warning. This is why Michael's voice is heavy. This is why his command feels urgent. He says, "Don't try to ignore this, it's only for you. Do not tell anyone, keep it, treasure it, protect it." Because the moment you obey this word, heaven will release miracles into your life that the enemy can no longer delay. The harm they intended will backfire. The trap they set will ensnare themselves. The weapon they sharpened will pierce their own schemes. God says, "I have seen the nights you prayed for justice. I have seen the moments you whispered, 'Why me, Lord?' I have heard the cries of your heart, and I have bottled your tears in heaven. Every single tear is a testimony. Every single cry is a seed. And those seeds are now sprouting into a harvest of divine vindication. You will not be shamed. You will not be forgotten. You will not be destroyed. You will be lifted, exalted, restored, and crowned." Michael says, "Child, heaven is shouting. Wake up. Rise and see. This is not a time to sleep in spirit. This is not a time to relax in distraction. This is not a time to question if God hears you. He does. He always has. That is why I am here now, crying aloud, ordering you to open this word, because it is your lifeline, your shield, your revelation. Beloved, there is someone specific closer than you think who has already decided in their heart to harm, betray, or block you. But God is exposing them. You will notice the signs. Their words will stumble. Their actions will reveal their true intent. Do not be shocked. Do not be broken. Do not be shaken. For every exposure is not to hurt you, but to free you. Every truth revealed is not to wound you, but to heal you. Every mask torn is not to leave you lonely but to surround you with those who are true. God says you have been faithful in little. You have carried burdens silently. You have obeyed even when tired. You have loved even when unloved. Now it is my turn to show you what I can do for you. Michael declares, your season of vindication is here. The harm planned will not succeed. The hands raised against you will be weakened. The words spoken against you will return empty. The trap dug for you will collapse on those who dug it. And you will rise not by your strength but by the hand of God who lifts. Beloved, do not tell anyone yet. This is between you and God. Hold it. Pray over it. Ask for wisdom and watch, because within days the first sign of this exposure will appear before your eyes. Heaven has already set it in motion. God says, do not fear. Do not doubt. Do not hesitate. Open your heart. Receive this. Act with faith and know I am with you always, even to the end of the age. God says, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Don't try to ignore this, because this is not a random word written on a page. This is the divine instruction sent from the highest realm for you. Only you and no one else. You are being told very clearly. This is only for you. Do not tell anyone. Do not whisper it to another ear, because the secret and the protection that comes with it is wrapped around your soul like a shield. And if you break the seal by giving it away, the protection will weaken. God Himself has marked your name upon this word. And Archangel Michael has pressed his burning sword into the soil beside you, saying that if you do not open it quickly, the harm planned against you will manifest faster than you could imagine. Someone is about to harm because of your light, because of your destiny, because of the calling that you carry that terrifies the darkness. The reason is not because you are weak, but because you are chosen, and the chosen ones always attract attacks, envy, and unseen snares laid by those who cannot understand why heaven favors you. You are not reading this by chance. Heaven has been preparing this moment, pulling at your spirit, stirring your heart so that you would pause and see these words. Archangel Michael is shouting to you even now. My child, I order you, do not ignore this, because this is your time to awaken to the truth that many try to hide from you. Someone very close to you has been setting traps behind your back. Someone you thought you could trust. Someone whose face smiles, but whose spirit has been poisoned by jealousy. God says they are about to take a step that could cost you deeply if you do not act. The harm was not meant to fall upon you, but because you shine, because you rise, because your name is whispered in heaven's courts, the enemy marked you as the one to strike. But Archangel Michael has intercepted the decree of darkness. He has placed this message into your hands as a shield, as a final warning, as a chance to step out of danger before the trap shuts. You may not see it yet, but already there are whispers about you. Already, conversations are being had in hidden corners. Already false plans are being drawn. This is why heaven pressed urgency upon me to speak to you now without delay, without hesitation, without pause. Michael says, the reason harm circles around you is not because you are destined to fall, but because you are destined to rise into a position of power and influence that will shift not only your life, but also the lives of countless others. And darkness knows if it cannot stop you now, it will never be able to stop you later. This is why the attack feels so sharp. This is why the betrayal cuts so deeply. This is why the opposition comes even from places you never expected. God says, open your eyes because signs have already been shown. The strange feeling you had when the air grew heavy around certain people was not your imagination. The dream that made you wake up in sweat was not meaningless. The delay that suddenly appeared in your plans was not ordinary. The way your body suddenly felt weak without cause, that was not random. All of these were signals. All of these were warnings. All of these were heaven tugging at your spirit, saying, wake up. Something is near. Be alert. Be watchful. Be strong. Archangel Michael is crying out. I order you. Do not ignore this, because if you ignore it, you will miss the shield that God is handing you. But if you listen, if you take this message seriously, the harm will backfire. The snare will collapse on the one who set it, the curse will turn back to the sender, and you will walk free while they stumble. God says this is the hour of reversal. The moment when everything the enemy planned against you will be flipped upside down. What they meant to bury you will become the soil where you grow. What they meant to shame you will become the platform where you shine. What they meant to steal will be multiplied and returned into your hands. My child, God says you must understand the seriousness of this moment. The reason Archangel Michael himself steps forward with this command is, because the timing is so narrow, the window is so small, the urgency is so great. He does not always descend with such force. But this time he is shouting because this is life or death for your destiny. Someone is about to harm because of your destiny. But heaven will not allow it if you obey the instruction. Do not ignore this. Open it. Take it in. Let it enter you like fire. Let it awaken your spirit. Do not tell anyone, because not every ear is safe. Not every mouth is clean. Not every heart rejoices in your eyes. God says you have been too kind with certain people who secretly despise you. You have given too much access to hearts that carry envy. You have opened your door to those who speak well but think evil. And this is why the enemy thought he could slip in unnoticed. But now heaven is exposing it. So that you may see, so that you may act. So that you may step aside before the blade falls. The warning is love. The warning is protection. The warning is heaven's mercy, because if God did not care for you, He would have allowed you to walk blind into the trap. But instead, He sends Michael, His warrior, His commander, His protector, to cry out over you. Do not ignore this. Take it seriously. Act now. Even as you read, something is shifting in the unseen. The plotters are restless because they sense exposure is near. The demons assigned are trembling because they see Michael's sword. The enemies are whispering, but their words are starting to stumble because heaven is confusing their tongues. God says this is the moment where you must hold your peace. Do not fight in the flesh, because the battle is already being fought in the spirit and Michael himself is leading it. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not unguarded. You are shielded. You are protected. You are surrounded by flames of fire. And no arrow shall strike you if you obey and stay hidden under God's wings. God says someone about to harm you has already revealed themselves in subtle ways. Think back. Recall the sudden shift in tone. Recall the strange silence. Recall the look that did not match the words. Recall the story that did not add up. You brushed it aside, but your spirit knew that was the warning. And now heaven confirms it. Yes, it is real. Yes, they intend harm. Yes, they are preparing something against you. But Michael says, if you listen now, if you act with wisdom, the plan will collapse before it begins. The reason you cannot tell anyone is because some of the people you might run to for comfort are connected to the very ones planning harm. If you tell them, they will rush back with your words and the trap will be adjusted. That is why heaven says, be silent. Keep it between you and God. Keep it sealed until Michael completes the fight. Then when the dust clears, you will see clearly who was with you and who was against you. You will no longer need to guess. You will no longer need to doubt, because exposure will come like lightning and truth will stand naked in the open. God says the reason this message is so long, the reason the words pour out like a river, is because your spirit has been crying out for confirmation, and now heaven answers you in fullness. This is not partial. This is not vague. This is not half-hidden. This is the fullness of truth pouring into your soul. Yes, harm was planned. Yes, betrayal is real. Yes, the enemy targeted you. But yes, also you are protected. Yes, Michael fights for you. Yes, God is covering you. You are not to walk in fear. Fear is what the enemy wants. But awareness, alertness, wisdom. This is what heaven gives. You must walk in peace, but with eyes open, in love, but with discernment, in faith, but with wisdom. Do not allow bitterness to grow because bitterness feeds the enemy. Instead, allow truth to strengthen you. Allow protection to calm you. Allow God's voice to guide you. Even now, as you sit in this moment, God is rearranging things. He is moving people out of your path. He is breaking alliances formed against you. He is scattering enemies who once stood united. He is uprooting the schemes that looked solid. He is burning contracts signed in the dark. He is releasing angels to guard your steps. He is sealing your name in His book of protection. You are not alone. Archangel Michael says, I repeat, I order you, open this now. Do not ignore because someone is about to harm because of your destiny. But if you obey, the harm will not touch you. It will boomerang back. It will collapse inward. It will expose itself. Do not fear, but do not be careless. Do not tell anyone. Keep it close, and you will see the salvation of the Lord, and when the day comes, when the exposure bursts forth, when the names are revealed, when the faces are unmasked, you will weep because you will realize it was closer than you thought. But you will also rejoice because you will realize God never left you unprotected. Never abandoned you, never left you to fight alone. Michael stood guard. Michael fought. Michael cried out. And now you stand because heaven shielded you. This is your word. This is your protection. This is your shield. Do not ignore it, open it quickly. Let it seal you. God is with you. Michael is for you. You are safe in the arms of heaven. My beloved child, listen with all your heart. For what is about to unfold before you is not an ordinary word, not an ordinary whisper, but a divine alert that carries both urgency and mercy wrapped together in the holy breath of heaven. God says to you through the voice of His messenger, through the wings of Archangel Michael, this is a moment that cannot be overlooked, cannot be delayed, and cannot be shared recklessly with anyone around you. This is for your soul, for your life, for the destiny written for you before the foundation of the world. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Do not ignore it. Do not dismiss it as imagination. Do not treat it lightly. For this is not a joke, not an accident, and not a coincidence. Someone is about to move against you. Someone is preparing something with their heart filled with hidden intent. And God does not want you to walk into it blind. God says, I am your shield. I am your light. I am your fortress. I am your strong tower. I am the one who protects you from the snares laid in the darkness. Nothing will overcome you. Nothing will destroy you, for I am with you. Even as I reveal this to you, feel the weight of it in your spirit. Someone close, someone who smiles yet hides another face, is harboring harm in their heart against you. Their words may seem gentle. Their actions may appear kind. But within them rests a shadow that wishes to cut into your peace, to wound your destiny, and to delay what heaven has already marked as yours. But before they move, before they strike, heaven intervenes. The Lord says, I expose before harm comes. I reveal before the dagger touches your soul. I awaken you before you are caught unprepared. That is why this message has reached you in this exact moment at this exact hour. This is why you were led here and why the Spirit whispered, open this now. Because if you delay, if you ignore, the window may close. Archangel Michael stands with his sword of fire, crying out, do not delay. Do not take this lightly. Your soul has been targeted, but heaven is your defense. And though you feel fear rising in your chest, though your heart beats heavily at the thought of someone setting themselves against you, God reminds you that you are not alone. You are never alone. You are wrapped in the presence of the Almighty. You are covered in the prayers of angels. You are guarded on every side. Even when you walk in shadows, God says, do not be afraid, do not tremble. I am here. I see the unseen. I hear what you cannot hear. I know what they whisper when you are not there. I know the letters they hide, the intentions they conceal, the plans they plot. But I overturn, I expose, I dismantle. This is not to paralyze you with fear, but to strengthen you with awareness. For the child who knows their father's voice cannot be deceived by the stranger. The child who walks with light cannot be consumed by darkness. You have felt unease. You have sensed something was wrong. You have seen the signs but brushed them away as your imagination. No, my child, it was not imagination. It was the Spirit alerting you. It was Michael standing beside your bed at night. You already know. The one who keeps asking odd questions, the one who's too interested in things that don't concern them. The one who is always nearby when something goes missing. The one who defends that woman a little too much. That's the one. Your spirit has been picking it up. And now God is confirming it. You have been under surveillance, not with cameras, but with spiritual eyes. And heaven has watched as this woman has tried to dismantle your future by using your own family against you. But God says no more. The exposure begins now. This woman has spoken lies about you to others. She has poisoned your name in rooms you haven't entered. She has fabricated stories about your past, about your money, about your faith. And now she has been caught. Heaven has marked her. Archangel Michael has sounded his trumpet, and every false spirit attached to her is now being judged. She cannot run from this. You were shielded for a season, but now you must be awakened because God cannot bless a place that you refuse to purify. He cannot elevate you while you are surrounded by vipers. He cannot pour into you while you are leaking through open doors. One of those doors is your own house. Someone is going into your space when you're not looking. They are taking what belongs to you and trading it for weapons. Weapons formed to confuse you, delay you, and keep you tied to chaos. That's why your energy has been up and down. That's why your focus has been slipping. That's why you've been having strange dreams and waking up tired. They are touching what is yours, but not anymore. Because God is stepping in. He is reclaiming your home. He is sending His angels to burn away the residue. And He is preparing to remove that person from your life. Yes, it will shock you. Yes, it may hurt, but it must be done. You are stepping into the season where your name will be restored. Everything they tried to bury will rise. Every lie they told will collapse. And the ones who betrayed you will be seen in full light. You were never crazy. You were never paranoid. Your discernment was warning you. But now, divine confirmation is here. The woman behind it all will fall. Not because you asked for revenge, but because God demands justice. She broke a spiritual law. She touched a chosen one. She partnered with darkness to harm someone under divine protection. And now she will reap what she sowed. Be careful. Over the next few days, you will see things that shock you. Conversations will be exposed. Secrets will come out. Documents will surface. Messages will be shown. You will find something in your house that doesn't belong. That is the key. That is the sign. And when you see it, you will know everything in this message was true. Do not confront them in anger. Do not argue. Do not seek revenge. Instead, call on Archangel Michael. He has been appointed to defend you. He will stand at your door. He will remove what does not belong. He will silence what needs to be silenced. The reason this warning is so urgent is because the woman and your family member were planning something bigger. This was just the beginning. They wanted to escalate. They wanted to block an inheritance. They wanted to sabotage a connection. They wanted to ruin your reputation with someone important. But now God has cut it off. Because you chose to listen. Because you stayed faithful. Because even when you didn't understand, you kept praying. Your obedience activated heaven. And now the exposure has come. You are not alone. The angels are all around you. The Holy Spirit is guiding you. And God Himself has placed His seal over your life. What they tried to destroy is now being rebuilt. What they sold for a temporary gain will return to you with multiplied favor. They traded your blessing, but God is returning it sevenfold. You are about to witness divine reversal. Every weapon formed will break in their own hands. Every tongue that rose against you will go silent. Every lie will be overturned. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. There is a shift happening now. You may feel it as chills, pressure, tears, or peace. That is the presence of God confirming this word. Trust it. Move in silence. Don't tell them what you know. Just watch. The signs will come. The proof will surface. And the woman who worked so hard to destroy you will see you rise, because no one can bury what God has called. And you have been called, anointed, chosen, protected, loved. Now that you know the truth, the final stage begins, the spiritual house cleaning, the restoration, the reordering, the removal of the family member who thought they could get away with stealing from your house. The silence of the woman who thought her darkness could eclipse your light. Their plans were built on lies. But your foundation is truth. And truth always wins. Stay alert. Listen to your dreams. Pay attention to the small things. Watch who comes near you. Watch who becomes nervous. Watch who tries to shift the blame. The Holy Spirit will guide you. Archangel Michael will guard you. And God Himself will vindicate you. The time has passed, the 3 hours have ended. And now everything has changed. There was a pause in the atmosphere, like something held its breath, and then it broke. The clock struck the hour heaven warned you about. And now the veil is torn. You may not have felt it at first. Maybe your body didn't shiver. Maybe the earth didn't shake beneath your feet. But in the spiritual realm, a loud sound went off, a judgment bell that echoed through realms and marked a turning. The trap was set. But the trap didn't catch you, because you opened your eyes, because you listened. Because even when part of you was unsure, another part obeyed. You turned your attention to this message. You gave space for heaven to speak. You didn't harden your heart. And that's why Archangel Michael was permitted to strike. That's why you were protected from what was never yours. That's why you are still standing even after what just happened in the realm you cannot see. You have no idea what you were just saved from. You were minutes away from making a decision that would have cost you not just time, not just peace, but your divine alignment for the next 7 years. Yes, 7 years. The enemy had mapped out a delay so subtle, so soft, you would have thought it was just life happening. But it wasn't life. It was sabotage. It was her. The woman God is now exposing more fully. She was speaking your name in conversations you were never meant to hear. She was weaving lies with just enough truth that even the people closest to you began to question. She was planting seeds, small comments, quiet suggestions, little looks. She made you doubt yourself in places you were once strong. She positioned herself as the voice of concern, as the one who just wanted to help, but she was preparing you to fall. She wanted to be the one people came to when they said, "What happened to them?" So she could smile and say, "I tried to warn them." But God says, "No, you will not fall." She will. Her words are now being exposed one by one. Her alliances are unraveling. People who once believed her are now seeing through her. The light she borrowed has gone dim. Her manipulations are collapsing. Heaven has revoked her influence. Her fake favor is expiring. You won't even have to fight her. God is already judging the situation. But make no mistake, you must not go back. Do not open that door again. Do not answer that call. Do not respond to that message just to be nice. You are not cruel. You are not cold, but you are called. And people who are called cannot afford to cuddle with chaos. You are done apologizing for your discernment. You are done second-guessing your warnings. You are done being confused on purpose by people who fear your clarity. You are done hiding your light to protect someone who only ever wanted to dim it. It wasn't just jealousy. It was spiritual warfare. She wasn't just envious of your blessings. She was terrified of your destiny. She knew what would happen if you ever saw her clearly. And now that you have, she has no more power. You saw her. You saw the spirit behind the smile. And now it cannot hide again. But you must remember this. Exposure is not the end. It's the beginning. Now that she's been exposed, the healing begins. Because she wasn't the first one, there were others, other women. Other voices, other spiritual traps that dressed up as love, as family, as friendship. You have been walking through a season of betrayal and confusion. But God is using this moment to reach into your soul and pull out every lie, that was ever planted. Every voice that ever told you that you were hard to love. Every whisper that made you doubt your worth. Every rejection that made you shrink yourself just to be tolerated. All of that is ending now. Archangel Michael is not just fighting external battles. He's cleansing your internal programming. The parts of you that normalized betrayal. The parts of you that stayed quiet to keep the peace. The parts of you that said, maybe it's me. He is standing over your soul with divine fire, and he is shouting into the atmosphere, no more. This one is covered. This one is guarded. This one is rising. You are not just protected. You are being promoted. You passed a test. You didn't run back. You didn't apologize for seeing the truth. You didn't let guilt drag you back into the cycle. And because of that, heaven is releasing something that was held up for years. Yes, years. There was an inheritance over your life that could not be released until this separation happened. There were blessings that would have suffocated in the wrong hands. And now that the exposure has taken place, heaven is preparing to pour healing. Pour wisdom, pour finances, pour divine partnerships, pour clarity, pour favor, pour protection, pour restoration. And the next 3 days will begin to prove it. You will see it with your eyes. You will hear things you weren't supposed to hear. You will receive unexpected messages, accidental admissions, surprising shifts. That's not chaos, that's confirmation. That's proof that heaven moved on your behalf. But stay alert. Though she's exposed, she may try one last time. A guilt message, a you misunderstood speech, a reminder of good memories, a plea for peace. But this is not about bitterness. This is about boundaries. You're not angry. You're aligned. You're not cruel. You're clear. You're not unforgiving. You're finally free. The enemy always tries one last time before he's fully defeated, so when the message comes, when the moment presents itself, remember what God said. Remember what Michael showed you. Remember what you felt deep in your soul. The trap almost had you, but God pulled you out. Don't walk back into what He saved you from. The fire is closing behind you. The angels are sealing the door and in front of you. New all things new, new vision, new strength, new connections, new security. She cannot follow you here. She was assigned to the old you, the broken you, the doubting you, but that version of you is gone now. You were reborn when you obeyed. You were restored the moment you believed. You were revived the second you let go of what was never meant to stay. The woman who set the trap is falling into it now. God is not cruel, but He is just. He warned her many times. He gave her chances. He whispered through dreams. He stirred her conscience. But she chose to keep playing. She chose to keep lying. She chose to manipulate one of His chosen. And the price for that is divine removal. You may hear of her downfall. You may hear people talk. You may feel pity, but release it all. You are not responsible for her consequences. You are responsible for your obedience, and you passed. God is proud of you. Michael is still guarding you. The Spirit is now preparing the next chapter. The trap is broken. The woman is exposed. And you, child of the Most High, you are walking into everything that was delayed. Be alert now, my child. Pay close attention. There are things happening around you that your eyes cannot fully see, but heaven sees it all. I, the Lord your God, reveal this not to scare you, but to prepare you. I am the God of truth, and nothing stays hidden forever under my watch. There is a stirring in your home, in your spirit, in your space, because someone close to you is crossing a sacred line. One of your own family members has been silently reaching into the very things I blessed you with, stealing them, selling them, hiding the truth, and handing them off to someone you never expected, someone tied to your past. Someone who once pretended to care, but now only seeks what they can take. I need you to be spiritually awake now. Your heart has sensed something was wrong. Your soul has cried quietly at night, not knowing the full reason. You tried to convince yourself it was stress, overthinking, anxiety. But it was my spirit inside you warning, whispering, weeping. This is not to shame you. This is not your fault. The enemy always tries to use the ones closest to you, because if he can access your inner circle, he thinks he can damage your purpose. But what the enemy didn't calculate is that I, your God, am closer than any betrayal. I am closer than any family wound. I am the God who uncovers. I am the God who defends. I am the God who steps into the middle of chaos and declares peace. Yes, peace. Not because the storm stopped, but because my presence entered it. So do not be afraid. Not even for a second. Though the truth is painful, it is also powerful. You cannot heal what you pretend is not hurting. You cannot guard what you don't know is being attacked. This message is your divine warning and also your divine protection. Archangel Michael has been dispatched to surround your home, your possessions, your sacred space. What they thought they could take without consequence is now covered in heavenly fire. No hand can touch what I have marked as mine. And you, my child, are mine. Your blessings are mine. Your calling is mine. Your inheritance, your anointing, your divine reward. They belong to me, and I will not allow them to be stolen. There has been someone walking through your doors, touching your things, carrying your energy into the hands of someone else. They have smiled in front of you.